Welcome back to my YouTube channel WC Coins World. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1956 wheat penny 1 cent coin. This coin may look small and ordinary to many people, but in reality, it carries with it a story of history, design, rarity, mint marks, and the transition of American coinage during the mid-20th century. The wheat penny, or wheat cent as many collectors call it, is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first widely circulated American coin to feature a real person. And that decision marked a turning point in United States coinage, because prior to this, designs were mostly allegorical figures like liberty. The 1956 wheat penny was struck during the final years of the wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 until 1958 before being replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design. The wheat ears on the reverse symbolize prosperity and agriculture, two of the most important aspects of American identity in that period. The 1956 coin is especially significant to collectors because it represents one of the later issues in the wheat penny timeline, and therefore is one of the most common yet still historically rich coins in the series. The Philadelphia Mint produced a very large quantity of the 1956 wheat pennies, making them highly accessible to collectors. Even today, over 420 million of them were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and these coins carry no mint mark on them, as is traditional with Philadelphia struck cents. On the other hand, the Denver Mint produced an even higher number of 1956 wheat pennies with the D mint mark below the date on the obverse. More than 1 billion 1956 D wheat cents were struck in Denver alone, making the combined mintage of this year exceed 1.4 billion pieces, which was an astonishing production figure for the time period, and it reflects the increasing demand for coins in everyday circulation during the booming post-World War II American economy. The design of the obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln facing right with the word liberty to his left and the motto "In God We Trust" placed above his head. The date appears to the right of Lincoln, and if present, the mint mark appears just below the date. The reverse shows the iconic two wheat ears framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with the national motto "E pluribus unum" above the wheat design. The simplicity of the reverse combined with the strong symbolism made it a timeless piece of American numismatic history. Collectors often note that the 1956 wheat penny is relatively common, but the condition of the coin makes a huge difference in its desirability and value. Most circulated examples from this year hold little more than face value, but uncirculated examples, especially those in red gem condition, graded by professional services, can carry premiums. Coins that retain their original red luster are sought after, since copper coins tend to darken over time, developing brown tones. Thus, high-grade red examples are significantly rarer. The mint marks play an important role in the 1956 wheat pennies. The Philadelphia Mint coins had no mint mark, while the Denver Mint coins carried the D below the date. In 1956, there was no San Francisco production of wheat cents, since the San Francisco Mint had stopped producing pennies in 1955, making the Philadelphia and Denver issues the only ones available for this year. As such, 1956 and 1957 mark years when only two mint varieties were available, a fact that collectors take into account when completing wheat penny collections. Errors in varieties from the 1956 wheat penny also attract special attention. There are examples of doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and striking errors such as off-centers and clipped planchets. Collectors especially look for the 1956 D varieties with repunched mint marks, as they are among the most notable for the year. While many of these errors are not extremely rare, they can still command nice premiums, especially in high-grade coins. From a historical perspective, the 1956 wheat penny belongs to the Eisenhower era of the United States, a time of prosperity, growth, and the height of the baby boom years. Coins from this era circulated widely in American hands, being used in everyday purchases from candy bars to newspapers. It is fascinating to think that a coin struck in 1956 could have passed through thousands of hands over the decades, witnessing the everyday life of mid-century America. and eventually finding its way into a collector's album. The 1956 wheat penny also represents a time just before major transitions in coinage would occur. Within less than a decade, the United States would undergo dramatic changes in its coinage system. The composition of silver coins would change in 1965, and the Lincoln cent itself would eventually undergo a design change in 1959, replacing the wheat ears with the Lincoln Memorial. The 1956 cent therefore stands as one of the last representatives of the wheat cent, designed before this iconic change took place. Another interesting aspect is the metallurgical composition. The 1956 wheat penny was struck in the standard bronze alloy used at the time, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition had been in use since 1909, with a brief change during World War II in 1943, when pennies were made of steel coated with zinc to conserve copper for the war effort. By 1956, the United States had returned to the traditional bronze alloy, which continued until 1962, when tin was removed from the composition. Numismatists also appreciate the 1956 wheat penny for its role in the broader wheat cent series. When looking at the series as a whole, the 1956 issue represents the tail end of the run, which began with the famous 1909 VDB pennies. Those first-year coins are among the most sought after in the entire series and provide a bookend to the story of the wheat cent. While the 1956 penny is not rare in itself, it plays a vital part in completing full date and mint mark sets, which is a major goal for Lincoln cent collectors. Throughout history, coin collectors have been drawn to the wheat cent series because of its affordability, wide availability, and the sheer history behind it. The 1956 wheat penny is a coin that almost every collector will encounter on their numismatic journey, whether as a child finding one in change or as a serious collector seeking out high-grade certified pieces. The widespread availability means it has served as a gateway coin to bring countless people into the world of coin collecting. For young collectors, the 1956 penny often serves as one of their first introductions to coins from the 1950s, and it sparks an interest in exploring older and rarer dates from the wheat penny series. Many collections begin with coins like this and gradually expand backward in time to scarcer and more valuable examples. Thus, the 1956 wheat penny, while common, continues to play an important role in sustaining the interest of new generations of collectors. The coin's value today depends heavily on grades. Circulated examples trade at face value or slightly more, while uncirculated red specimens certified MS-65 or higher can bring between $5 and $15, with exceptional examples commanding even more. Prices fluctuate based on demand, copper toning, and rarity of varieties, meaning that even a coin produced in the billions can hold value if it survives in pristine condition. When examining mint sets and rolls, collectors find that original bank-wrapped rolls of 1956 wheat pennies are highly collectible. These rolls often preserve coins with brilliant red luster, making them desirable for grading and investment purposes. Such rolls are occasionally discovered in old hoards and collections, creating excitement among numismatists who know the potential value within them. The story of the 1956 wheat penny also reflects the broader story of mid-century American coinage. It is a story of mass production, changing designs, and the enduring presence of Abraham Lincoln on our circulating coinage. Lincoln has been featured on the penny longer than any other president or figure has appeared on a single U.S. coin, making the series historically significant, and the 1956 issue a small but important part of that timeline. So when we look at a 1956 wheat penny, we are not just looking at a small copper coin. We are looking at a piece of American history, a coin that has traveled through decades of use and preservation, a design that symbolizes agriculture, prosperity, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and a series that has fascinated collectors for more than a century. The 1956 wheat penny holds its place in numismatic history as both common and extraordinary, depending on how you view it, and it continues to be a bridge that connects everyday change with the passionate world of coin collecting. Thank you for watching WC Coins World, where history lives in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this journey into the story of the 1956 Wheat Penny, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more detailed coin histories.